In this video, we're going to set up a new assignment for Peerceptiv. So this assignment creation process starts in bCourses and completes in Peerceptiv. Let me show you how this works. So over here on the course navigation menu, I'm going to select assignments. And then up here at the top, I'm going to add a new assignment by selecting the plus assignment button. All right, here I'm going to put in an assignment name, and I'm going to call this Story Week, Week 1. Okay, instructions go here. All right, so down here, you're going to assign a point value. You want to have a point value in here so that assignment counts towards the final grade. You can choose the assignment group right here. The key thing is under submission type, you're going to select external tool. And then over here, you're going to select find and scroll through this list until you find Peerceptiv. So we'll select that option and then choose the select button right here. And then we recommend adding this checkbox here, load this tool in a new tab. And you can put in a due date. So I'll put in a due date for my assignment. Let's say the 22nd, which is a week from now. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and select Save. So here we have the assignment page. It's a little bit different from a normal bCourses page, but we have this button to load it in a new window. So let's go ahead and finish the assignment creation process in Peerceptiv. So I'll select this button right here. And then I'm just going to choose the standard workflow for now. And up here, you have a couple different options. As you select these options, it gives you a little information about that option. Let's just use the default individual peer assessment. Okay, so then you have one individual submitting, one peer review, and then feedback on that review. So we'll go ahead and select use workflow. All right, now important here is to use the same name as your assignment over here in bCourses. So it's called Story Week 1. Let me just try and just copy that. I'll hit Command C, Command V. And then again, your instructions go here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and select Next. And here we have our submission window, and it's starting today, and the submission phase, that due date, I think we want it on the 22nd. That's what I put down in bCourses. Okay, and then you can adjust these other review phases if you want. You want to shorten the review phase or the feedback phase, you can make those adjustments there. And if everything looks good, then what you'll do is select Next. All right, so now we can select Finish and then Continue to Dashboard. All right, but we are not done yet. We also need to create a rubric for the assignment. So what I'll do is I'll select this button right here, select the Edit button, and then you have the option to create your rubric from scratch by adding prompts here. And there's sort of two main areas for the rubric. And the first is a rating prompt, on a scale. And you want to have at least 5 of those rating prompts. And then you want to have 2 to 4 comment prompts where they can give qualitative feedback, right? So they can write something out in more specific detail. To save time, rather than creating this from scratch, I'm going to use one of the rubrics and import it from the library. So I'm going to select this option right here. And you can see it has saved some of my custom created rubrics in the past, but since this is a writing course, I'm going to use this default narrative writing rubric right here. And you can see here, you've got your comment prompts and your rating prompts. This is a good way to sort of get an idea of how to organize these rubrics. Okay, so that all looks good. So I can hit import this rubric. So now we can go here to exit to course assignment list. Right? And you can see here, here's the assignment, and here is the button where you can publish. So I'm going to select that. And this is a little bit misleading because it doesn't actually publish the course. You have to go up here to the top and select published. And now when you go back here to exit to course, it says in progress, right? So now we're waiting for those submissions and for that process to complete, and then we go to the review process and then the feedback process. So now that the assignment is completely set up in Peerceptiv, let's go back to bCourses. I'm just going to go over here to assignments, and you can see right here that I left this unpublished. So now I just want to make sure that it's also published in bCourses. And then one last thing that we recommend is to create 2 new assignments that are no submission assignments and put in the due dates for the other due dates here, right? So this is when they submit the assignment. We want to create another event on the student's calendar for August 28th and for August 30th, okay? So the purpose of this is to really make it clear, to give the students the reminder that yes, they've turned in the assignment, but there's 2 other steps that need to happen. So this is an optional thing, but we do recommend it. So I'm going to create 2 more assignments here. So I'm going to hit the plus assignment button, and I'm going to go story. And this one is going to be review. I'll make this worth 0 points because what we're just doing is making a date in their calendar, and we'll change this to no submission so they're not submitting anything. And then we'll make that due date the 28th. I'll double check over here, 28th, yes. Okay, and then I'll hit save and publish. Okay, so if I go back to assignments, you can see here we have that submission, here's the review process. I'll do one more time. And this will be story, and this will be feedback. And 0 points, no submission, and we'll change the date on here to the 30th. And then I'll save and publish. All right, so then if I go back to assignments, I can see all 3 of these. So now the students have those extra due dates as reminders to complete those other tasks, because it's a 3-step process. So once students have gone through these stages, at the end of that process, you're going to want to release the grades in Peerceptiv so that it can sync with bCourses. So that's just a quick overview of how you can create an assignment in Peerceptiv.